those hipsters, I wanna dance.
I said, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Don't stop giving me things.
Hello guys and welcome back to the F1 2016 career mode. So here we are once again for this F1 2016 career mode. As you saw, McLaren Honda have just upgraded their fuel consumption and something else, and they just overtook us on the overall performance. So we have to do some upgrades. Of course we're gonna do some upgrades. We really do know those upgrades. I'm planning to do an engine upgrade and also the downforce upgrade at some point, but of course we're gonna do everyone asks me why are we not doing the drag and fuel efficiency. We're going to do it in the end. Here we are in practice. We just ended all the tests. Track utilization went very good, you know, perfect score. Time management also went very good, and yeah, it seemed that we had the pace, but in the end, 19th place, the estimated qualifying position in the qualifying pace test. So not exactly what we wanted and what we really needed to do. But anyways, I'm gonna go to qualifying, hope for something better than the qualifying pace test, and yeah, let's get into it.
Here at the Hungaroring as the lights are about to go green for today's qualifying session. We expect some cars out on track any moment now. I was looking at some highlights of previous races here, and the one thing that really stood out to me was the run down to turn one. It's not an easy one to navigate as everyone is scrapping to get into there first.
We've seen in the past how tricky the first corner is. It's not an issue in practice and qualifying, but if you throw a lot of highly competitive drivers at it all at once, you've got an entirely different situation. The smarter drivers will be able to temper their approach and stay out of trouble, but it doesn't mean it's easy.
So here we are guys, qualifying session of the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're gonna start off, of course I've gone for a downforce setup, we've gone for full downforce. I'm gonna load it right now, you know, and yeah, we're gonna go out and see how well we can do. For first, we're gonna go with low fuel, and then we're gonna go with 3-lap fuel. So now into the third sector of my fastest lap. We got Button just ahead of us. I hope he's not gonna slow us too much down. We've already set a lap, which has put us into 80th place, but we're now on an improvement of approximately 6/10 or something. So we're going after the last corners. We're now on 7/10 into the exit of the last corner. It's going to be P14 for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and not that bad, you know, just behind of our teammates. So it's going to the race.
It's always wonderful to come back to the lively Hungaroring, a popular destination this, nice and close to the beautiful city of Budapest, with some exciting racing to boot. Who can forget Michael Schumacher pushing his old teammate Rubens Barrichello up towards the pit wall in 2010, or those great races of 2014 and 2015 as well. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaroring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking has always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile circuit, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. Let's hope we're in for another one here today. With me to enjoy it all is Anthony Davidson, a man who made his Grand Prix debut here with Minardi back in 2002. So Ant, this is a bit of a special one for you, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so. I also stood in to commentate on Jensen's win in 2006, and as I was a test driver for Honda at the time, you can imagine that was quite an emotional Grand Prix. It's also a tough circuit on the drivers, this one too. Lots of long, slow corners that require a lot of patience from inside the car. Plus, it's a very downforce heavy circuit. I mean, it's all relative of course, but if you're lacking a bit in downforce, or if you've got a bit of an imbalance in the setup, this is definitely one of the worst places to have to deal with that.
We're expecting a finish in the top 11. See what you can do.
Make that top 10. We really do need those points.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. It was a good showing from Red Bull in qualifying, and Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Massa, Raikkonen, Rosberg, Button, and Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Perez, Kevin Magnussen, and a Renault, Kvyat, Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson, and Esteban Gutierrez. Wehrlein, And NASA, Nico Hulkenberg and Rio Haryanto completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So here we are, guys, on the grid of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and as you can see, it's heavy rain conditions, and yeah, time for the wet tires to be tested. We haven't done something on the rain, even on the practice, so I guess as always we're gonna be pretty good on the wets. I don't know if you know, we're not gonna be as good as we're in other trucks, but it's gonna get into intermediate conditions as it seems, and it's gonna be for just a little bit on wets. And then it's gonna go to dry, so very interesting strategies there. You could get away with a less pit stop or something there if we're gonna be very clever, you know. But it's a start formation lap, and yeah, hope for a good start. Yeah, we're off there for the formation lap. Ready for the start, guys. As it's gonna be we hope I'm gonna have a good start. It's not that good of a start, you know. The launching was pretty late because it is also wet conditions. Magnussen tries to get that Toro Rosso up ahead of us. I'm gonna try and stick to the inside line, possibly for the first corner, to gain as many positions as possible. Oh my god, Fernando Alonso down the inside of there. We try to avoid him, and at the same time, by avoiding him, we're up into P6 already from the start of this Grand Prix. So, awesome start there to the race. Vettel tries to go down the inside of Bottas. He runs right there, cuts just ahead of Valtteri Bottas, and that puts us up into P4. And very close to the top three with Verstappen, Hamilton, and Daniel Ricciardo, who's leading the Grand Prix. Run wide. Seems like we cannot keep up with the pace of the others. We run wide, and that's going to give the chance to Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel to overtake us. Our pace doesn't seem as strong as it is. On the intermediate conditions, we run wide there. We just quietly can't get the corner right. We're going to cut the corner there with no more speed there. Be given to us, and Vettel just runs wide there, couldn't hold it around the outside. Yeah. Oh my goodness me, I cannot take this corner once again. And this time, it's gonna cost us a position to Nico Rosberg, who, oh my goodness me, he just bumped into me. We made contact wheel to wheel. And yet, he's gonna just get the position down there. Bound to P6. But I'm wondering, this is before the patch, you know, the patch has been out after Japan, so you gotta wait just a little bit to see the new effects of the new parts of Codemasters. But anyway, we get into the pits now for a sort of intermediate conditions, because rain is starting to stop just a little bit, so double stack there for the two Ferraris, so I guess we're gonna overtake one of them. We're gonna exit behind Sebastian Vettel. So we lose once again a position there into the pit. So everyone has got into the pit for the Inters. It seems like the right time to go into it. I hope our pace is going to be as good as it is, as it always is, on the Inters. So yeah, let's try and push a little bit. It seems like our pace is pretty good on the Inters, and this is it, guys. Down the inside of Sebastian Vettel we go. It just didn't seem like our pace was good enough in the wets to keep up with the top three. So now we just have to push on the Inters. It's safety car conditions, guys, and it's a very interesting one. You know, the track is starting to get just a little bit drier, but I think now it got drier. So as a safety car is coming in, we got Ricky Haryanto, airline I think it is, and Mana. Anyway, the Mana ahead of us, which we really need to get rid of. Oh my god, Haryanto. Come on, cuts up with the train, We're getting in for a set of dries. The two Red Bulls are gonna double suck into the pit stop, so that means that we are going to overtake one of those Red Bulls. So we're going to be in a pitting position at the moment. So Hamilton possibly is going to get out into the lead, but then for I'm wondering, going in for a set of mediums, but I think that strategy doesn't pay off that much at the moment. We get also hold up, and we're gonna get overtaken by Bottas, by Vettel, by a Red Bull, and from Hamilton. I was accepting a podium position at the moment, but no, they just get us off into the worst position ever. 6th place. Also, everyone else has put on the soft tires, we put on the harder compound tires. There comes Batten, he got the soft tires there. He get us there, we're gonna try and go around the outside of him there, into the brakes for the first corner. And he gets us, and we're down into P7 for anyone wondering, and now it's time for Max Verstappen to get us. And he's gonna get us, we're gonna try once again around the outside to hold it. This quietly isn't gonna happen. He gets us down into P8 we go, guys. Pace was very bad, and Vettel now into the last corner. He's gonna try and possibly get us. We've gone for a less stop, it just didn't work out. We should have gone on the softer tires, but we're gonna close the line for P7. It was fair enough, it was a good result, you know. From P15 or something, from where they started, to P7. Crucial point in a track that I'm not very good at.
Great win then for the Mercedes team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going for someone who really punched above their weight here today, and that's Felipe Nasser. He was fantastically quick through the whole Grand Prix.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time, though, goodbye.
So these are, guys, the driver standings. What am I even talking about? The race results for P40 to P7. I know it could have been better, but we just couldn't finish ahead of the McLaren, the McLaren of Jenson Button, but finishing ahead of Vettel, Dank Weert, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, it's pretty good, And if you can see our fastest lap, 1:26, and the other guys were like 1:22 and 1:24, 1:23. It just isn't the best performance, so I'm gonna take this 7th place and the points that it is giving me. So, driver standings now, we are in P7, still in P7, just 1 point ahead of Valtteri Bottas, so we have to do something to be calmly ahead of the Finn there, because just admit it, we're not gonna be for a long time ahead of Valtteri if our performances are not going to be as good as possible. So we have to upgrade the car, make it better, and we have to get more competitive positions in order to be in a good position to fight for not supremacy, just supremacy of the midfield teams, including Toro Rosso, McLaren, Williams. The top 3, Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes, are going to they are going to be in our plans maybe for next season. I still don't know. So tomorrow, for anyone wondering, it's going to be the German Grand Prix. I'm going to upload it tomorrow. Yes, I know I haven't made videos for something like 4 days because I had a problem with my PS4 and the USB cable port. I just couldn't copy them. There was an error between the security system and stuff like this. I just solved it and everything is good. So the paths is going to be on the videos from the Japanese Grand Prix, for anyone wondering. And yeah, the constructor standings, we are 5th as a team, just some points behind Williams, not close, not that far behind them. So we could still be on the fight for 4th place, but Kevin has to do something in order to help us. McLaren got into P6, passing 4 seniors, so that's very good progress from the McLaren Honda team. I think that McLaren and also me as the Renault, we as Renault, we're going to improve a lot in the next season. I think we could possibly fight for a championship position or even for wins in the next season. It would be exciting to see that, that's the point of F1 2016. But that was it for today, guys. If you enjoy, smash the like button. You can subscribe, follow Twitter and Instagram, ask me anything you want to ask FM. But to the lads, I'll see you next time. Goodbye, lads.
So tonight we are losing this fight. Oh, so tonight is no one on our side who's gonna